You clicked on this thumbnail and thought, well, is this Wolf of Dubai and Rick and Morty on the first flight on Virgin Galactic? And you were right. So make sure to stay till the end, and happy Friday and welcome to Virgin Galactic Fridays. Today we will talk about obviously the space performance over the last 7 days since we did the last Virgin Galactic Fridays episode. Then we will dive into the stock chart analysis, and then we will talk about the new 2 pilots which complete the whole set of the second Spaceship 2, and then we will dive into 300% gain in just 10 years, and finally closing the episode of Virgin Galactic Fridays here on this channel with Ark Invest buying more space stock. Guys, if you are appreciating this daily updates on my overall channel, my second channel every Friday of Virgin Galactic episode, and if you are just thinking the quality is nice, the content and the information, then what I would appreciate only a like and subscribe to this channel, and I give you the promise that I will never disappoint you. But let's dive into the Virgin Galactic stock performance, because it made me and maybe others a little bit to disappoint, right? I mean, we haven't showed any strengths at all, okay? It went into the same pattern as every time. It went up and went down again. So over the months, we went up to 24, and people are saying, you know, why I didn't sold on 24. And this is something that you just can't. You can't time the market. And that's why it's important to understand that you should use the discount or the heavy discount on Virgin Galactic to be ready when the stock goes back to, I don't know, let's say 30, 40, or even with the first flight to $100 per share, okay? So there's a huge opportunity, and we lost since the 20th of October about 27%, guys, which is not a joke, right? It's a lot. But let's have a look compared to other growth stocks, how this compare, okay? So let's have a look. Tesla lost about 12%. Let's have a look into Beyond Meat. Beyond Meat from the recent highs lost 20%. So you can see a pattern here with a kind of, let's say, companies that still growing and, you know, are in a still early phase. As earlier the phase, as more volatile they are. So don't be too much afraid. Be rather happy that you can buy the stock now on such a discount. And I think that you should really think about it to put it more in your portfolio. I think that the opportunity is fantastic here, and the downturn doesn't mean that the overall story changed. And as Warren Buffett always said, you know, buys when others are fearful and be fearful when others are greedy. So let's have a look into the chart. As every Friday we are looking what's going on, and as you can see, actually we had a couple of interesting things that happened to the chart. So first of all, we are seeing a downtrend here over the last couple of 5 days, but what are we actually seeing here over the area of 5 days? A small breakout here, okay? This maybe has something to do of the 4% increase on Thursday. On Friday, just before the market opens, we are down about 2.4%. But yesterday we had the test flights of the White Knight 2, which you can check all the information on my second channel, and I really appreciate if you subscribe me there as well. But here you can see nicely that we are somehow really nicely go and stay inside this Bollinger Bands as soon as as we go out here, we are going back in. So I think here will happen the same. So we just broke out, but we are negative for the pre-market. So I think the stock will just go back here, and then, you know, it will somehow, you know, be in this area, which I think for a couple of weeks until we have more information about the overall situation, right? I mean, if we are just zooming out here, you can see that we made here some lines already. So here we crossed not only the 50 moving average, but also the 200 moving average, which, you know, gave the stock an additional pull down, and the lowest that we have seen so far in the last couple of weeks was 17.48 until we closed the market. So, however, I think that, you know, we broke out through the upwards trend here. Then we entered a strong downturn trend, which we exited here. So now it seems that, you know, we crossed also the 50 and 200 moving average, which, you know, could be positive if we are can go back in, because then, you know, the way is free for this area here. Otherwise, you know, let me have a look if we did this before. Yeah, so here you see, here we crossed the 50 moving average back in August, and then we reached even the 200 moving average, which we crossed here. And then as soon as we did that, we crossed again both up and went up. So, but this, you know, these are all technical things. Obviously, what is very, very important for Virgin Galactic is the news now. So once we have now the news about the next spaceship 2, the really rocket powered shift and test, and that should give the stock another boost, because it's the last test before, you know, we have a full rehearsal of, you know, crew and 2 pilots, and we have new pilots as well. So it's quite interesting to see how everything works out here for Virgin Galactic quite nicely over the next couple of weeks, hopefully. And then we should see, you know, another breakout, the last breakout that need to be done, where there's definitely a resistance, as you can see here, that we draw here is around at 24. So once we break out through 24, that would be amazing, and very, very bullish. Otherwise, you know, there's a lot of trading area here where we can go up and down, which wouldn't be something new for Virgin Galactic, obviously. I hope you stay tuned, and I love you all, and let's dive into the next category. Guys, for completion of a spaceship set, you need a spaceship. We have currently one which is in use, and the second almost ready, and the third 75%. As of last quarter report, all 75% of all parts are already ordered. Okay, so we will have 3 spaceships very, very soon ready for operation. Now the first one, we have the whole set. We have the pilots, and the second set that is just under construction, just to be finished, just got its 2 new test pilots. Okay, so for the first guy is Jamil, that was at the Air Force and has over 4,000 hours flown already. This is a lot, guys, and he was like an experimental pilot. And the other guy, this is Patrick, and Patrick was also, you know, in the Marine Corps for 20 years and has over 3,000 hours in 34 different aircraft. So you can see very, very experienced guys, and I think, you know, how they presented and the excitement, you know, this is, for example, Instagram post, and you can see the guys and everything. I think, you know, it's about the overall experience. Do you know the pilots of your last, you know, flight to your holidays? I don't think so, right? So this experience around Virgin Galactic is something special. You know the pilots, you fly with them, you know all the history, you get educated, you know about the vehicle that much, and then you finally, you know, get your spacesuit on, similar that I have, also by Under Armour, but just a little bit in another style, and then you go up and have the best experience of your life. That's why they hired Michael Koglaser to create this beautiful experience that only Disney or other companies can create. And if you are paying $250,000 for a ticket, you are expecting exactly this level of experience, guys, and let me tell you, this will be just mind-blowing when you will see these faces, the smiling faces, this after movies, after those flights. Just keep the current levels a little bit longer going so I can load up some stocks, and then let's go together to the moon. So Bank of America is a huge investment house, and when they say something, then stocks react. And we saw this just a couple of weeks ago when they shoot the target up and said, you know, we believe that the stock of Virgin Galactic can double in just a couple of days or weeks depending on the milestones. Now, okay, we got it, and the stock shoot up 10, 20, 30%. What they said now, and apparently they're covering all the space industry, is that they believe that the space market, the overall market, you know, we're talking about reusable rockets, we're thinking about space moon missions, we are talking about astronaut mining, we talk about satellite business, we're talking about space tourism business. So all of this market can grow 300 to 400% in the next 10 years. Which, you know, the market currently is about $500 billion, and I think that it can go up, you know, more than Bank of America says in 10 years. You know, we as humans are pretty good to what it means, you know, how we will see the future in 1 year, 2 years, but in 10 years, terribly, guys, okay? We are not so good in predictions as humans. So it doesn't matter if you're a huge bank, huge investment house, or even a company that is specialized into research, you will not guess mostly all right that is happening in 10 years, a decade from now, okay? So Bank of America thinks it will triple, it can also 10x, it can exponentially grow, and obviously this could mean that we are having a very, very high space and or slash Virgin Galactic stock. Guys, let's talk about the wonderful innovation stock market fairy Katie Woods. Okay, she is amazing. She has this Ark fund which is outperforming every other innovation fund out there. She knows what she's talking about. She has a great team and she knows what's good, and that's why if you are looking into the autonomous fund, and this is important, guys, because so many people said I cannot find it in the main fund, I cannot see, you know, space stocks into the main fund. It's not in the main fund, guys. It's in the autonomous fund, because the autonomous fund is also the space related fund at Ark Invest ETFs. Okay, so have a look. On position number 27, we have space just below Amazon stocks, and actually they increased, and this is ridiculous, okay? They increased their position to 650,000 shares, okay? Which is fantastic, guys, which is absolutely insane, because I remember, you know, when I started investing into this company, into space, in Virgin Galactic, they had, you know, maybe 200,000 shares of space, and since then they tripled down on this position. This just shows you how much of, you know, probably faith and really belief they have into the Virgin Galactic stock. And if this, you know, guys, they make a huge time of research, okay? They are saying goodbye to those companies like Lemonade because they're thinking they're having too less of a moat, but Virgin Galactic apparently have enough benefits for them to be one of the top stocks here in their fund. And if you are wondering which fund it is, it's the Ark Autonomous Technology and Robotics ETF, ARKQ Holdings, okay? So ticker symbol ARKQ. If you want to invest into their fund, then this is the fund that you should look into if you are into space and Virgin Galactic. So, you know, I really like when this kind of people are investing in the same companies that we are, because this is just, you know, a nice proof that things seems to go a little bit better than we expected, because, you know, these companies and research facilities have obviously, you know, much more knowledge than most of the people. And, you know, if you're just following Ark for a little bit, or if someone knows how they work, you will be very, very much, let's say, excited, okay, how they really look into stocks and markets and calculate things. It's the investing style that I really, really like, and therefore, you know, obviously this is a fantastic news for Virgin Galactic.